Let's talk about how to choose a digital mailbox service. So here's an overview I want you to pay attention to. First of all, let's talk about the digital mailbox features that you need to consider. The thing is that virtual mailbox services are quite similar, but they have distinguishing features and benefits you need to look for to suit your specific needs. It's all about your needs, okay? This is very important. You want to have bespoke features here. So the first feature I want you to pay attention to, think about the number of addresses. So when we talk about the number of addresses, we're talking about location, right? Although things are changing in the virtual world, companies can still reap benefits by having a business address in a prestigious location. Some digital mailbox providers offer multiple addresses to choose from, including vanity addresses like Fifth Avenue or Wall Street in New York City. And vanity addresses typically cost a bit more, but they may pay off down the road. Other virtual mailbox providers have just one or two in any given state, so your address will be the same as the rest of their client base with a different suite number. You also think about a mobile app for smartphones. A mobile app typically allows users to receive notifications, forward mail, shred mail, or do full page scanning directly on their phones, which is convenient for those who regularly sort through email on their devices. And if you do most of your business on your phone while on the road, you want to look for a digital mailbox service that offers an app. While you may be able to log in to the website on your phone, the user experience may not be as smooth. Think also about check deposit. Some digital mail providers provide check deposit services that will send incoming checks directly to your bank for deposit, typically within 1 or 2 business days. So you have to pay the postage, but some services will allow you to consolidate multiple checks. Also think about account security. And this is actually, based on our experience, perhaps the most significant criterion here. And the thing is that if you have to opt for a virtual mailbox service, you want to really pay attention to security. Things like tax forms, credit cards, personal notes, incoming checks, and other correspondence are not things you want others to actually snoop through. So as a result, many digital mailbox services take the time to explain their security protocols for both their digital mailbox interfaces and physical locations. So when researching, look for high numbers for digital encryption, the higher the better, and 24/7 monitoring of all mail handling areas. Very, very important. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Besides the number of addresses, the mobile app for smartphones, check deposit, and account security, you also need to pay attention to mail storage. Boss, I'm still talking to you about the features you want to pay attention to when considering a digital mailbox. So mail storage is an important element because digital mailbox companies will hold on to your physical mail for a set amount of time and at a fixed cost. And many services offer a no charge for 30 days. This is really good. And some allow you up to 3 months to let your mail collect. And packages are usually held at no cost for less time, which makes sense because they take up more space. And so it's really important for you to pay attention to the configuration that you get. So when actually considering your plan, be aware of the amount of time you are allowed to get your mail sent somewhere else. Set reminders for yourself to have the mail forwarded in a timely fashion, or the virtual mailbox provider will charge you a fee, which you don't want anyway. Because the whole thing is you want to save money. That's why you chose this virtual mailbox setup in the first place. Also think about integrations. So some digital mailbox providers offer unlimited free data storage, but others limit the amount of data they hold on to based on time or file size. And so with a digital mailbox integration, you can take responsibility for and store your data on a chosen server. So if you or your business receives a lot of important physical mail that you need to retain, integration with a storage service like Google Drive, Dropbox, or accounting software like QuickBooks is beneficial. Especially with large quantities of mail, it's one less thing to worry about in keeping files available and secure. Also think about overage fees. So you want to read the fine print, in particular when choosing a service with a low cost entry point. You want to understand the fees associated with services outside the package agreement. And most mailbox services have additional fees beyond the basic mailbox. So the good thing about this structure is that you only pay for what you need. However, high overage fees for receiving individual mail will make getting junk mail annoying and costly. Check the time frame to see if junk mail is included against your mail scan counts. Okay, start with a good idea of how much mail you actually receive in a month when actually choosing from a tiered service plan to avoid overage fees. You will also want to be diligent in timing the shipment and forwarding of your mail to prevent storage overage fees. Look for providers who allow you to bundle mail together rather than send items individually. This is an important element. And also pay attention to the price. Price is an important element. Digital mailboxes are not a particularly expensive service, but prices vary significantly based on volume and services. And so consider overage fees in your calculations as well. Generally speaking, digital mailbox services cost somewhere between $10 and $30 a month, depending on the volume of mail received. Add-ons like vanity addresses, virtual office services, phone, lease agreement, etc., and registered agent services will also add costs, so be very clear about that. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to choose a digital mailbox service. Let me talk to you about the benefits of digital mailboxes. And again, basically, this actually applies across the board. It doesn't matter if you're an LLC, you're a digital nomad, you're an entrepreneur, no, it doesn't really matter. Digital mailboxes are a convenient solution for various individuals and businesses, especially those with a nomadic or remote lifestyle. The following groups can benefit from using a digital mailbox service based on our research. First of all, you have traveling professionals. So any traveling professional who finds themselves, let's say, frequently away from home for work and who doesn't have someone looking after their mail can benefit from a digital mailbox service. And this includes independent professionals, for instance. You have digital nomads and remote workers who actually choose to travel. Also, contract workers. So if you have traveling nurses and contract workers may also benefit from this service. And professionals in temporary assignments can benefit from a consistent and reliable digital mailbox service to receive and handle their mail during their stay away from home. See, when we talk about digital mailbox, we're speaking about convenience. We're talking about efficiency. We're talking about flexibility as well. Okay, and this type of service can be also great for small business owners without a physical location. So businesses operating without a physical office can use a digital mailbox service to establish a professional address for communication and documentation needs. And part of that communication is the fact that you want to comply with state regulations, especially when it comes to registered agent address. Okay. Note that the USPS offers informed delivery, which provides an email with digital scanning of incoming mail, not the content, just the envelope, for those who opt in. They do not offer mail forwarding unless you set up a temporary forward, nor do they open mail for you. But at the very least, you can see what mail is coming in at no cost to you. Now, there are actually dedicated services that can really take care of you, like iPostal One, Virtual Postal Mail, or Global US Mail. You have a lot of players in this industry that do what the USPS doesn't do. Let me talk to you about digital mailbox benefits. So whether you're a frequent traveler, a remote worker, or a small business owner looking to establish a professional presence, a digital mailbox can be a game changer, really. And especially nowadays, we are in a world where it's all about perception, right? It's all about perception. And a lot of folks are actually thriving online. So you do not have to be tied to a specific geography to actually make money. As long as you're able to project yourself in a positive light online and you're able to sustain that, you can make money. And so basically, when we talk about the advantages that come with adopting this modern mail solution, you have a lot of benefits here. First of all, you have remote access. So you can access your mail from anywhere, anytime through a secure online platform or a mobile app. This is just fantastic. You have mail security. So digital mailboxes offer a secure environment, reducing the risk of mail theft or misplacement. You have mail and package management. So you can receive notifications for incoming mail and packages for, like, you are able to maintain efficient organization and handling of deliveries. This is really cool. Another benefit that we love when it comes to digital mailbox is that you have a virtual address. You can actually establish a virtual address for your business to create improved professionalism and credibility. Remember earlier, I was just talking to you about the quote unquote vanity addresses, like for example, Third Avenue, like Third Avenue in New York, or Wall Street, for instance. You also have mail forwarding. So you can enjoy the flexibility of having your mail forwarded to any location, even while on the move. You have mail scanning and content preview, so you can view the exterior of mail and packages through scanned images, ensuring you prioritize important items. You have digital mail archiving, so you can store and access past mail digitally, giving you paperless and clutter-free record keeping. You have time and cost saving, so you can eliminate the need for physical mail sorting and save time and money on postage and travel to a physical mailbox. You have environmental friendliness. In other words, you can reduce paper waste by opting for digital mail services. So this is really great. And you also have informed delivery. So this is kind of cool. So for USPS users, for instance, you can use informed delivery to receive email notification with a digital scan of incoming mail envelopes, giving you a preview, as I just said earlier, of your physical mail, often at no additional cost. So this is kind of really, really important. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to choose a digital mailbox service. Let's talk about when to consider a virtual mailbox. This is an important element. You need to understand that life is full of transitions, and sometimes circumstances call for innovative solutions to adapt to changing needs. The question is, when should you really choose? I mean, because stuff happens, and sometimes stuff can happen, but you do not need to have a virtual mailbox. And sometimes stuff does happen, and you're like, oh wow, okay, I really need to make a change now. And this is where maybe it might be a great time to introduce a virtual mailbox in your life or career. So let's explore the key moments when considering a virtual mailbox becomes a smart choice. First of all, relocating or moving frequently. So if you are in the process of relocating or you have been moving frequently due to work or personal reasons, a virtual mailbox ensures your mail remains accessible and organized during this transition, which you have to think about as well. And traveling for extended periods. So when you are planning to travel for, let's say, an extended period, let's say 1 year or 2 years or 5 years, whether for leisure, work, or as a digital nomad, a virtual mailbox helps with managing your mail and packages from anywhere in the world. Also, another scenario where choosing a virtual mailbox becomes a smart choice, living as an expat. So even if you have a long-term fixed address outside the US, many people and companies will now want to send mail overseas. And a virtual mailbox allows you to view all of your mail and select the limited items that you do want to actually process further. Like you can ask the virtual mailbox provider to send those items to you. So it's all about control. Also, performing remote work or a digital nomad lifestyle, operating a small business or online venture, for instance. This is another area where for small business owners operating without a physical location or running an online venture, a virtual mailbox provides a professional mailing address for official communication and documentation. If you have a desire for enhanced mail security and privacy, let's say you have concerns about the security and privacy of your physical mailbox, a virtual mailbox provides added security through encrypted access and digital mail scanning. And if you require mail and package consolidation, for instance, let's say if you receive mail and packages from multiple sources, a virtual mailbox can consolidate all of your deliveries in one place, making it easier to track and manage shipments. So this is really, really important. Let me talk to you about how to choose a virtual mailbox service. What is the step-by-steps you need to follow to actually choose a digital mailbox service? First of all, you want to evaluate your needs, assess your needs. You want to identify, let's say you want to identify your specific requirements. such as the number of recipients, expected mail volume, including amount of junk mail, package handling, and additional services like mail forwarding or mail scanning. This should be your first step, okay? And what you want to do here is based on your needs, because the thing is, once you evaluate your needs, you'll realize that some providers actually fit those needs and some don't. So you want to research available providers. You want to look for reputable virtual mailbox service providers, compare their features, their pricing plans, and user reviews to find the one that best aligns with your needs. When we talk about comparing, you want to read articles, you want to read reviews, you want to watch videos like this where we actually go through the pros and cons of each virtual mailbox provider, so you can have a clear idea whom to choose in the end. And you want to check mailbox locations also. So you want to ensure the service has mailbox locations in or near the areas you frequent the most or where you want your business presence to be established, right? At the end of the day, if we're talking about vanity addresses, you want to make sure that those vanity addresses fit in the geography that the service provider covers. You want to verify the security and privacy also. This is another important element. You want to research the security measures in place to protect your mail and personal information. Look for services with secure online platforms and strict privacy policies. You also want to consider additional services and integration. So determine whether the service integrates with other tools you use, such as cloud storage, for instance, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, etc., or mail management software. Also, one thing that's really important for you to check is that you want to check for additional services like mail scanning, package forwarding, mail archiving, or business entity solutions. So the bottom line here is that you want to look for an all-in-one solution to make sure that you actually are able to cover all the needs of your business in a timely fashion. It's really important to really do that, and you also want to look at the regulatory standing of the virtual. At the end of the day, it's really important to understand that when we talk about choosing a digital mailbox service, it's a way beyond just managing your mail. It's about unlocking physical mail with a virtual mailbox. See, when you have a virtual mailbox, you don't care anymore about size. You don't care anymore about mail management. You basically outsource the whole thing to a third party, right? So you are free to actually flex your creative muscles on a lot of other things. It could be business. It could be pursuing a passion that you really wanted to have for the last 5 years, whatever. So the bottom line here is that you have flexibility and you have freedom to do a lot of things. And so with that freedom comes responsibility. It's important to understand that setting up a virtual mailbox is one step towards functioning effectively in remote work situations. And so you want to have the right provider. You got to have the right provider. And we actually have covered the providers on other shows, but I'm going to give you a few names here so you have a clear idea what I'm speaking about. So when we talk about the virtual mailbox providers, for example, we're talking about Anytime Mailbox. We're speaking about Post Scan Mail, for instance. We're speaking about USA To Me. We're talking about InkFile. We're talking about US Global Mail, Alliance Virtual Office, Travel Mailbox, Virtual Post Mail, Earth Class Mail. You have a PO Box Zone. You have Switch. You have Sasquatch Mail. You have Northwest Register Agent. You have physical addresses. You have iPostal One. The bottom line is you got to ask yourself what's important for you. And the thing is, some of those service providers, they actually have different types of offerings. You got to ask yourself, are you looking for mail forwarding? Are you looking for mail scanning? Are you looking for a specific kind of product? You are looking for a registered agent service in addition to digital mailbox services. At the end of the day, you gotta have a clear idea about your needs before you reach out to those companies. And the thing is that when we talk about digital mailbox, we're speaking about not only something that helps you be more flexible in terms of your work, but also it's all about how you want to position yourself. It's all about how you want to brand yourself. Your branding plays an important role, because the thing is that when we talk about branding, we're talking about the number of locations and the variety of locations and the prestige of the locations that the digital mailbox is actually offering. So I want you to really analyze all these things before you actually make a decision, because the best digital mailbox services are able to help you scale. So as your business grows, They can actually accommodate that, not a problem. They can accommodate a larger volume of mail. They can accommodate a larger number of requests from you. So it can be mail scanning, it can be check deposited, and so on and so forth. Addresses, mobile app, check deposit, account security, mail storage, integration, overage fees, and price. And I gave you the benefits of digital mailboxes, when to consider a virtual mailbox, and how to choose a virtual mailbox service. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.